Okay, so this is chapter 2 on prefixes. This is an extremely short PowerPoint, okay, because most of what you're going to get out of this chapter are the prefixes that are in chapter 2, okay? So some things that we kind of went through in chapter 1 were remembering that a prefix does not change itself, okay? So the meaning of a prefix doesn't change. But when you put that prefix in front of a word root or a combining form, then it does change the meaning of the word, okay? And not every single medical term or medical word is going to actually have a prefix, okay? Prefixes have a tendency to denote numbers, measurements, position, direction, and then negatives like not being there, okay? And then also color. And this color, some of these can be denoted as a prefix, but some colors um, are also prefixes that can be expressed in a combining form. And so going through all of the prefixes listed in chapter 2 is important, okay, because we don't really cover those specific ones here. So prefixes can denote numbers: none, 1, 2, 3, 4, single, double, half. Okay, so those are common. Common prefixes. What the common meanings for prefixes? They also express measurements. Many, much, excessive, and less than, and then multiples that are without specific numbers. Okay, poly, milli, mono, that actually denote amounts. Okay, without a specific number associated with it. Okay, prefixes also express position and or direction. So we're looking at words that involve between, under, around, away from, toward, above, below, behind, around. All of those are considered prefixes as well. And sometimes one prefix will have multiple meanings. And so as you're going through and doing your homework, make sure you write all of them. Some people have a tendency just to try to remember one, but it's important to try to remember all of them. So when you're doing the homework, I like to see people writing everything that's listed in the book, even if there's 2 or 3 of them, okay? And once again, prefixes can also express color. Some of these, as you'll notice in that chapter, are denoted either as a prefix or as a combining form. And so a number of these colors, red, blue, green, yellow, white, purple, gray, and black are all listed in there. And most of them can have, and there's multiple. There's each one has 2 or 3 that can denote the colors depending on what you're talking about and what part of the body. And it does have a tendency to help describe growths, rashes, and sometimes colors of body fluids. Okay. Prefixes also can express a negative. A or an means not, without, lack of, or against. Okay, and so that's another presence of something being there versus not being there can be denoted by the prefix. Okay. All right, so this is a really short one. So make sure you go through chapter 2 and memorize all of the prefixes that are listed in there, and making sure when you do the homework that we're writing everything that's listed in the book. If there's 2, 3, or 4, make sure you go ahead and list all of them. Okay? All right.